Hi, friends. It's me, Christiana Gaudet. I am live on my business page. It is Friday, and that means it's time for the Friday weekly update. We do this every Friday. So if you happen to be watching in archive on YouTube or on Facebook, if you hear something that resonates for you, go ahead and take it as a reading. What we do is we're going to pull one card for sort of the energy wrapping up the week for all of us. And then I will do single card wrap up readings for anyone who asks. So thanks for being here. I see people coming into the room now. Thanks for being here. Thanks for saying hi. If you would like a wrap up card, go ahead and ask. I will do my best to get to you in order. And I thank you all so much for being here. Let me just say hi to a few people. Christina, Pam, Betty, Barrett, Martha, Karen, TK, so happy you're all here. Okay, Carmen, happy to see you. So, for those of you who were here on Monday or happened to watch in archive the 3-card weekly reading for this week, it was a challenging reading that we got. And even the cards that we got for a lot of individuals were kind of challenging. So my question is, how was your week? Was it challenging? Was it good? We're going to pull some cards. We're going to find out. But we do like to reflect back to what were the cards we got Monday? And how did the week turn out? And what will the card be for today that will sort of wrap that up for us? 4 tarot readers. Betty says, I'd love a card to wrap up this awful week. I'm not laughing because you had an awful week. I'm really not. I'm sorry that you had an awful week. But A, that was funny, the way you said it. And B, there are 2 kind of tarot lessons in doing this. And people are saying, man, Jerry Lynn says it was a rough one. Barrett says it was super challenging. I'm surprised I survived it. I'm so glad that you did. Pam says challenges. Yeah. Missy says it was a challenging week. So, the cards never lie. So what are our 2 tarot lessons? Well, one is we pull cards on Monday and then we come back on Friday and see how it was. And that is the lesson of, pull a card for what's coming, but then go back and review it and see how the card spoke. That's one lesson. The other lesson is, we read about the past a lot. A lot of us do tarot spreads that have a past, present, future position. And it's kind of a nebulous thing. If you're doing a spread that says, okay, this card is the past, well, was that yesterday? Was that last week? Was that last year? Was that your childhood? And very often that's very mutable. It could be any of those things. So here we're looking at the past in a very specific chunk. One card to look at the week. And we're doing it not just to see if I can be real psychic and say something that happened. We're doing it to look at, what did you learn? How did you survive it? What are you going to bring forward? And so this is not just an exercise in what can the cards see. It's an exercise in how we can use the cards to heal, to understand, and to go forward. Make sense? So today I am using Spiral Tarot, one of my very favorite decks. I have worn out more of these than I can count. And this is a brand new one, which will probably become my workhorse once I wear out this Smith-Waite deck. I've also burned through quite a few of these over time. Okay. Hey, Melanie, nice to see you. Yes, I will absolutely get to you. Misty, I'm happy that you're here. Josh, rough week for you too. I'm so sorry to hear it. We will get to you. Kim Danver, I began an E-list 78 Days of Tarot, and this first week has been really challenging cards. Yesterday was the Tower. Yeah, seems to be sort of a theme for all of us. Betty says, I got the Tower for the beginning of the week. I remember. Anna Louisa, nice to see you here. Okay. Rocio, glad you're here. I will certainly get to you. So first, a card to wrap up the week for the collective. Let's see what we get here. The Emperor. The Emperor. So, I don't typically see the Emperor as a difficult card. And, I'm not remembering the cards that came up at the beginning of the week, but I remember that they weren't easy cards. I think we did get the Wheel of Fortune, but then it was like, I don't know, what was it? It was like the 9 and 10 of Swords or something. I don't know. I'll have to go back and check my notes. But the point is, it wasn't easy. Now, so the Emperor to wrap up the week. Very often when we look at the Emperor, we see government. And certainly, as we gear up for the election, I think there's going to be a lot of contentious energy. And we're going to have to remember that we love each other. I also think that there's a lot of questions about different state governments and how they're responding to different things, and the federal government, and how people are responding to social unrest, to COVID, to all of that. So, the Emperor really does speak to that focus on what's going on in our communities and in our country. Of course, I'm speaking from an American perspective, and not everyone here is American. Welcome to everyone who's here. But I bet wherever you are in your country, you may be looking at that too, because we've been dealing with a global pandemic and with a lot of worldwide issues. So there may have been a lot of focus this week on that. But the other thing about the Emperor is, I forget who said it. I'm surprised I'm still here. I'm surprised I made it through. The Emperor can be a very stable card. And so there's a sense that you may have, hey, Becky Butler, nice to see you. I will absolutely get to you. Glad you're here. Hey, Cousin Bob, had a great week. Good. But feel the world's polarity pulling at all of us. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so when we see the Emperor looking at the week that we've had, it does remind us that we're still here. The dust may be settling. Things may be weird. The future may be uncertain. But we are here. We are stable. We're okay. And it is a reminder to be a leader where you can be, and to be there for your community in the way that you can be. Sherry Lynn says she just said, who's here? And my dog ran to the dog door barking. You got a smart dog. Okay, so I am shuffling my cards. Happy Friday to all of you. First on the list is Barrett. And I think I saw Barrett, a comment roll by saying it's hard for Barrett to find balance between work, school, and tarot. Well, yeah, it's a lot. For sure. Okay, so what do we see for Barrett for your week? And exactly that imbalance. The 2 of Swords reversed, I think really can speak to, no matter where you are and what you're doing, there's always a couple of other things you want to be doing or feel like you should be doing. And, I know that you're in technology, and Swords can very often speak to technology, so it may have been a challenging week finding solutions to IT problems as well. I think you can expect to feel sort of this balance issue over time. And, what I'm going to say to you is being pulled between many things that you need to do and want to do is a hard thing, but it sure is better than being bored. So let's be grateful that you have so much richness in your life. Okay, Christina Reed, happy to see you. Hope things are going well for you. How was your week? The 4 of Swords. Christina, are you tired? Have you been focusing on meditation, focusing on looking within? Have you been in a place of feeling a little isolated? It feels like there's a lot going on for you, but also in a way, nothing going on for you all at the same time. So you got through the week. Do what you have to do, Christina, to heal from whatever happened this week that was difficult. meditate. You know, there's a great line from the poem Desiderata that I love so much that says, nurture strength of spirit. And so often when I see this card, that's what I think about, nurture strength of spirit. Hey, Katie, nice to see you. Glad you're here. Okay, Karen Winkle, nice to see you. Christina Reed says she's exhausted. Okay, that happens. That happens. Yep, big paper, ramping up for finals. Do what you can to take care of yourself, but the Four of Wands really can be a card of tiredness, so that makes sense. Okay, but you'll get through it. You'll be all right. You'll be fine. Okay, Karen Winkle. The Knight of Pentacles reversed. I wonder if this was a tough week at work, or if in general it's been a tough week feeling like you need to get things done and having a hard time getting things done. Looks like maybe it has been a frustrating week. Relax, chill. Don't feel like you have to do everything all the time, and don't be so hard on yourself. Even when you don't get things done that you wanted to get done and it's not your fault, you're still hard on yourself. Maybe don't do that. Hey, Martha Vink. And I think the other Martha is here too, so we'll get to both of you. Always nice to have all the Marthas in the house. Martha Vink, happy to see you. Here's a card for you. The Eight of Cups. So this is a hard card. I bet that you, I'm laughing at you, Barrett. I bet that you, Martha Vink, had a tough week. And this really sort of talks about, you know, you show up for what you can show up for. You do what you can. And you can't let stress or sadness or upset build up. You have to be able to sort of say, okay, did that happened, moving forward now, here we are. So you did a lot this week. It was not easy, but don't carry with you what you don't have to carry with you. Hey, Zuri, nice to see you. Okay, Carmen, glad that you're here. See what we got for you. The Fool reversed. So how was your week? I wonder if there were some things that happened this week that were, how do we want to put it? Marginally regrettable. Whether the actions of others or things that happened for you were what you would have wished would be different. There may be some things this week, Carmen, that you wish would have been different. Things that happened along your journey that you would have preferred not to have happen. Try not to hang on to that. Try to let it go. And try to take the weekend and next week as a fresh start. Okay, here's the next Martha, Martha Vasic. Nice to see you. Here's a card for you. Oh, you're the second one to get this, and you see that I shuffle. Knight of Pentacles reversed for you, Martha. So I wonder if you also had a tough week getting things done. If there were some frustrations, if things moved slowly. This may not have been your most productive or your happiest week this week. That's okay. Just move forward. Don't be hard on yourself. And maybe next week will be better. Okay, Pam Lath, so nice to see you. Let's see what we got for you. And I see a lot of people coming into the room. I see you, Renee. Glad you're here. I've got some time. I was up early doing readings. I was up late last night doing readings. Right now I have a little time, so I should be able to get to everyone today. So if you're in line, if you don't mind being patient. Okay, so my watch just told me that I have a new booking at 4:30. It is 3:45. I still have plenty of time. I should be able to get to all of you, or at least most of you. Oh, Renee, we pulled the Three of Pentacles reversed on Monday. Okay, thank you. I couldn't remember what it was. That's right, it was Pentacles. Right. I remember. It was like the Three of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles or something. I don't know. Anyway, here we go. Pam, did I get to you? Man, I'm having an old person moment. Did I get to you or not get to you? I am not sure. I do have a fancy watch, Barrett. Yes, I do. But my watch interrupted me, and now I can't remember if I did Pam. So I don't want to miss Pam. So either I'm doing you twice or not. And here's what I got for you. Nine of Swords reversed, Pam. So this is asking you, this is suggesting there may have been some difficulty or some upset this week. Some things that made you sad, made you angry, made you upset. Release, let it go, heal, move on. Hey, T, nice to see you. Okay, Tina Beatty Beach, a card for you. Missy doesn't think I did Pam. Good, I didn't want to miss her. Okay. The High Priestess reversed. Tina, you're hard on yourself. I don't know if that's just this week or every week, but I feel like there's something happened this week or didn't happen this week where you're blaming yourself, where you're being hard on yourself. Maybe let's not do that. Maybe be nice to yourself. Okay, Elizabeth, a wrap-up card for Rich's work week. How was his week? The Empress reversed. There were probably some difficult people to deal with, and he feels bad if he can't make everyone happy right in the moment, but he got through it. It's okay. Missy Lowe, nice to see you. Glad you're here. Ten of Pentacles reversed, man. Maybe something up with your house this week. Maybe sick of being in your house. Maybe something that needs to be fixed or cleaned that you're not happy with. So I don't know if it's the people or the house itself that's bugging you. But it may have been a tough week that way, but that's okay. All will get done. All will be fine. Okay. Betty, here's your card to wrap up this awful week. Betty's where it's not mine. Let's see. The Queen of Cups. Betty, you're fine. You got through it with grace, with style, with pizzazz, and with compassion. You need to own your awesomeness at getting through everything you got through and still coming out looking good. You did well. Okay. Okay, very good. Misty Foster. The Chariot. You know, you actually may have done some forward motion. Maybe you got to go somewhere or plan a trip. Maybe you got to visit with someone. Or maybe you actually did something that moved you forward, some success here. So well done. I think you're one of the first people so far today. Well done. Oh my gosh. Missy, husband almost went through the ceiling. Oh my gosh, right, makes sense. I so appreciate your feedback. I don't always read it aloud in the interest of time. Some of it is just so on point and funny that it's worth reading aloud. But whether I do or don't read it aloud, I always see it and I always appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, TK. The Moon, you are still dealing with so many mysteries about what's going to happen next. But it feels like you are learning to let the mystery be and just sort of trust and be okay. And we had a new moon this week, so maybe you worked with that energy some. Melanie, nice to see you. Glad you're here. Melanie, death. So we know in tarot that this does not usually talk about a physical death, but a change. And I wonder if you this week made a commitment to some sort of personal change or to embracing a change that has happened in your life. And so as much as this can be a heavy energy, I feel as though it's a good thing and will move you forward, Melanie. Rocio, nice to see you. Queen of of Wands reversed. I feel like this week you may have felt tired. You may not have felt like your normal creative self. You may not have felt inspired to do the things that you like to do. You must do whatever you need to do in order to regenerate so you can come back strong next week. Okay, Nicole, I'm happy to see you. Nicole, you got strength. It may not have been an easy week. It may not have been an easy week, Nicole. However, you were in control of what you could be in control of. You acted with compassion. You did a good job. And Cousin Bob, I'm happy to see you here. This is the Friday weekly wrap-up. So what we do is one card for the week that was. And that's what we do. If you have a specific question that's for Bob or anyone, I'll be back tomorrow with the Saturday Psychic Sampler, where all we do is specific questions. Okay. Becky Butler, my friend, hope you're doing well. The Two of Wands. I feel like you actually spent some time this week thinking about what comes next. Hopefully not worried too much about the future, but thinking about how to manifest what you want. And maybe you did some work for that on the new moon. But it is important to manifest, to dream, to think about what you want, to make your plans. And I think you did some of that this week. Okay, Bob, here is a card for you. How was your week? This is the Friday weekly wrap-up. When we look at the week that was, and for a lot of people here, it was not the easiest week, but hallelujah, we got through it. And some people actually had some success. So Bob, Queen of Pentacles reversed. So I wonder if there has been a family member that you've been worried about or concerned about, or maybe even communicating with a family member in spirit. I also wonder if this could have to do with your work. And I'm thinking you maybe do more than one kind of work. And if there is something that has not been going exactly the way you wanted it to go this week. Now, in light of the question that you did ask, this can kind of speak to that. So, although I can't specifically answer your specific question, because that's not what we do on Fridays, this card kind of does it for you. Because what you're talking about is sort of what you're feeling as an empath. And this card would speak to that, Bob, in saying that maybe this week, part of your empathic nature is to really feel so much of the energy that's going on around you. And that can be really hurtful. And you want to hold compassion and you want to hold everyone in love and light because that's who you are. But on the other hand, you need to have a greater energy barrier around you. You will help more people and heal more people if you feel people less, if that makes sense. And that did come up as we looked at this past week. So I think that is something going on for you. Come back tomorrow. We'll work with it some more. Thank you so much. So is how can I stay more centered and more protected as an empath? Queen of Pentacles says, better shielding, and consciously say a prayer and leave it there. Don't feel like you have to hold space either consciously or subconsciously. There you go. Julie, my friend. Julie, Queen of Swords reversed. Something, whether it's work or kids or something, has you feeling like you're not being heard, you're not being understood, or people are seeing you in a bad light and misinterpreting what you're saying or doing. That's hard. I think it's been a tough week. And it may not even help to try to make yourself more understood because people are only going to hear what they want to hear. So do what you know is right and don't worry about the rest. Okay. Let's see. I'm just scrolling through and looking for the next question. Hey, Irene, nice to see you. Josh Wilner, so nice to see you. Glad you're here. I know you've had a couple of tough weeks. Knight of Cups. You've had a couple of tough weeks. However, you're okay, whether you feel okay or not. Sorry, but you are. You're okay. And there's nothing that's happening here that's going to get in the way of your good heart and your ability to do good work and show up for the people you need to show up for and show up for yourself. Tough week, but you're intact, even if you don't feel that way. Okay. Hey, Jeannie Layton, nice to see you here. Jeannie, you're the second person who gets this, the moon. So you've been in a place of difficulty and uncertainty as well. And there's so much here about just doing what you have to do, recognizing that what you're going through will pass, the cycle will go through, and something will change. But this is a reminder, Jeannie, of your own psychic ability, of your own spiritual nature, and how much you need to lean on that. Okay, Lisa McCord, happy to see you. Here's a card for you. Third person to get this one, Knight of Pentacles reversed. Feels like it might have been a frustrating week, things not going the way you wanted them to go, things not getting done the way you wanted to get them done. Do not carry that frustration forward. Let it be. Okay, Renee. Renee, Sabrina Sheba, nice to see you. You're the second one to get this. Two of Wands. For you, it was a week of planning, of looking toward the future, of figuring out how you're going to get where you want to go. This is actually a very positive card for your manifestation of the future. Perhaps you worked with the energy of the new moon effectively. Very well done. Zuri, happy to see you. Zuri, Ten of Pentacles reversed. I think you are still, you're still dealing with some issues around your home and how you work out of home and how you want to negotiate that and make that happen. And I think it maybe has been a little bit of a tough week that way, but maybe you will get some new ideas about how to move forward in managing space. Kimberly Essex, happy to see you. Ace of Wands. I hope this week you had some inspiration, some creativity, some spirituality. This is one of the more positive cards coming up. So I hope you actually this week had some positive stuff. So I am so sorry to do this, but apparently, no, it's 4:30. Hang on one second here. Excuse me for doing this, but the person who booked for 4:30 thought she was confirmed for 4. Hi, I've got you for 4:30. Okay. I apologize, folks. Very good. Okay, let me come back here. Okay. Hey, Claire Wetzler, nice to see you. It was good to chat with you earlier. Okay, Princess of Wands. So this is like the Page of Wands, and this is encouraging you to work on your website and get your website going. I hope you did some work on that this week. I hope you also are working on claiming your voice, claiming your psychic ability, claiming your creativity. It looks like some things happened this week that would allow you to move that forward. Okay, Alicia, happy to see you. Okay, Seven of Cups reversed. Maybe this week you had some moments of dark imaginings. Be careful about anxiety. Be careful about limiting your choices in ways they should not be limited. Okay. Very good, very good. I want to thank you all. Hey, Helene, nice to see you. Very good. Christine, nice to see you. Okay, Katie, let me get you. Katie, you're the second one to get this. 2 of Swords reversed. It may be this week you had to make some difficult decisions. It may be that you felt a little overwhelmed and a little not at peace, but you did a good job. And Christine Petta, happy to see you. The Emperor, which was our card for the week as well, looks like you did a good job this week. You did a good job taking care of what you needed to take care of and showing up for people around you. Okay, well, as we said, duty is calling me, and you can do that too. You can schedule a reading with me right on my website, christianagaudet.com. While you are there, you can also look at my events, and you will see that I have a free tarot meetup coming up on Sunday afternoon. And you will also see that I am teaching a class, personal tarot reading for yourself on Zoom on Wednesday. And you can also sign up for my weekly newsletter, Tarot Topics. And you can book an appointment with me. So, christianagaudet.com. Sandy, you'll be my last one. Good to see you. The Chariot, moving forward, in charge. You did a good job this week, and this bodes well for you going forward. I want to thank all of you so much. I'll be back tomorrow with the Saturday Psychic Sampler.